Welcome back to Genshin Impact. We get to continue on and go to Sumeru. Even though I've already technically been there. But we're ignoring that. Technically I've already been to Fontaine too, but you know. Only Inazuma was locked, which is still dumb. I mean, that boar got scared of me very early on. Alright, goodbye, boar. Giant worm. Giant worm. I like how I approach that from backwards. I'm gonna do this quest backwards. Yep. Nailed it.
Now that we made it to Sumeru, our next objective should be to head to Sumeru City
I've already
and
been there.
find a way to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. And speaking of Lesser Lord Kusanali, even though we haven't heard too much about her, she doesn't seem to be the same deity who abducted your sister.
Yeah, well, none of them
But
are.
even so, people call Sumeru the nation of wisdom, you know. If we can get a chance to meet the god of wisdom, maybe she can give us some useful information.
Alright.
But, Paimon doesn't know the way to Sumeru City. Maybe we can climb up to that spot with the statue of the Seven on it. That'll give us a way better view of things. Even if we can't see exactly where the city is, at least we'll be able to check for some smaller settlements nearby.
I know where one is, like, directly ahead of that statue. Oh, hey, a guy.
Wait a second. Look! There's someone up ahead!
What is a man? Hello. Oh, it's a woman, maybe. It's a woman, I'm sorry.
Perfect timing! Now we can just ask for directions rather than wander around like lost adventurers. Hey there! We're not from around here and seem to have gotten a little lost. We'd like to ask for some directions.
Damn.
Huh? Did they not hear Paimon? Hey! You over there! Could you give us some directions?
Damn.
Huh?
Wow.
What's going on here? There's no way she could have missed that. Oh, wait! Could she be ignoring us? How dare she?
Maybe it's for a good reason.
Well, even so, she might be heading someplace where we could find other people to ask. Let's keep our distance and follow her. When we get the chance, we'll just ask someone else for directions.
Or maybe Sumeru's just not very friendly. Maybe they don't like us. Maybe they're racist. Through mists of smoke and forest stalk. That sounds like a very...
Come on, let's follow her. Just keep quiet. Make sure she doesn't notice us.
Why? The objective's over there.
Huh? She just walked near that small waterfall and then suddenly vanished.
She's up there.
Let's go take a closer look.
She's up there. I can see her.
Paimon thought this cave would lead to a village or something, but, it looks like that's not the case. Look, she's sitting over there. Wait, she couldn't possibly be living here, could she?
Well, let's go beat her up.
What should we do now? Do we try asking her for directions again?
Sure, why not?
All right, then. It's not like we have anyone else we can ask. Even if she's not very friendly, we just need her to point us in the right direction. That's all.
Is she doing drugs?
Oh. What a lovely smell.
Paimon, careful. Could be drugs.
It's coming from that sensor over there. This is definitely not your typical place to call home, but at least it smells nice. Maybe living here wouldn't be too bad after all.
I knew it. It's drugs. She drugged me.
Huh? What's the matter?
This
You
is
don't
a-
look too good.
This is a drug den.
What? Is the smell making you feel sick? Strange. Paimon doesn't feel anything.
Well, you're a fairy. You're probably immune to toxins or something like that. I've got to get out of here. I'm gonna throw up. It's poison to my alien lungs. Alright, now. You know,
What's
for me
happening?
being so strong...
Traveler? This is no time for a nap. Oh, come on.
I'm really strong in the weirdest ways and then really weak in the weirdest ways. And that's how my story ended. Ah. Well. Guess I'm dead. Why does that look like one of the trees in the Lost Belts in Fate? That doesn't look healthy. Oh. See, why am I badass sometimes and other times I suck? Look at all those chickens. Why do they make me walk if it's just gonna keep doing cuts in every 2 steps? Do you want the world to forget you, or you're mad the world forgot you? Because both could be real, both could be a mood. Sometimes I want the world to forget me too. Especially when it's more like Monday night of work, but like...
Are you sure it's not serious? The Traveler's been out for a long time now.
You know.
Yes, you can relax. Believe me, Master is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that he's going to be alright, then there's absolutely nothing to worry about.
Colette, how are ya?
Are you awake now?
No, I'm dead.
Oh, thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake!
Apparently I got picked up by the forest rangers.
Well, we're at... Good question. Where are we? Hyman was in such a panic when you passed out that she even forgot to ask what place this is.
This is Gandharvaville. It was originally built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest in the rainforest. Now it's mainly used by the forest rangers as a base of operations. My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest ranger. My master and I found you passed out during our patrol, so we brought you here.
Thank you.
Oh, no things are necessary. I didn't do anything really. By the way, how are you feeling now? Any discomfort? Oh, that's Master's herbal medicine you're tasting. He gave you some while you were unconscious. Before I forget, Master mentioned you should take more medicine once you wake up.
I'll tell Tignari I said thank you.
Whoops.
Kale, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with these. I'll get it for you once I am finished here.
Hi, Tignari.
Sorry, Master.
Now, the guide to Avidia Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board, but if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no choice but to leave the guide somewhere a little more visible. Like right smack on his forehead so others can remind him to be careful.
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning this month. I'll be sure to give him a good talking to.
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes, then we'll just let him be. But the next time he requires any of our medicine, be sure to charge him accordingly.
Tignari really said if he likes to get high, fuck him, but if he fucking keeps using my medicine, we're charging him. That's funny. That's hilarious.
So, how are you doing? Feeling better?
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tainari. He's chief officer over all the rangers here in Gandharvaville.
Hi.
I already informed Paimon about the reason you fell unconscious earlier. But now that you're awake, let me explain it for you as well.
Because it's drugs?
It is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training in meditation in isolated areas, particularly the nearby forests. While meditating, they use a certain incense known as Spirit Borneal to help calm their minds as they enter a state of deep rumination.
Oh, that sounds safe.
In hopes of asking directions, you two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled inside was the spirit borneal I just mentioned. That incense typically has no effect on most people, but for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition, as you experienced firsthand. Does that make sense?
Yeah, she drugged me.
Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences, or did you see anything while unconscious?
Yeah, it was a magic evil tree that tried to kill me. But that's pretty normal for me, in all honesty. It's not that weird. It's like another Tuesday. It's weirder it didn't happen in real life, honestly.
Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room, and I'll bunk with Amir. Now get a move on, and be sure to do as I've said.
Yes, Master Tainari.
Aw, Tainari's so nice.
Wait, hold on a second. Can you tell us what's going on?
Sure, let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer in Gandharvaville for further observation while you recuperate.
Oh.
Further observation?
What did I say that made you sketchy of me?
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand the gravity of the situation once I explain everything to
I already
you.
like him a lot.
Based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination, which suggests your mental state is not in the best of shape.
Hey,
If you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
listen. Just because you're right doesn't mean you have to say it to my face like that.
Oh, are you okay?
Oh, I'm gonna die again.
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed out, aren't you? So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, it's highly likely that you'd suddenly pass out again somewhere else. The rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, I'm afraid you might not be so lucky. For now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid wandering off on your own, at least until you stop having adverse reactions to this kind of smell. Okay?
Alright.
Good. Now, continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Thank you, Tignari.
Seriously? We just arrived in Sumeru and we're already having problems left and right.
It's not my fault God drugged me.
Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible, but you really don't look too good. It'd probably be best to let you recover first.
Nah, I'm fine.
Hey! Are you even listening to Paimon? Paimon's over here worrying about you, you know. What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now? You mean the vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be?
Who knows? When I saw a vision, I felt like standing underground in the red sky. Could it have been Conria?
Well, considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment here. But why didn't you say anything about it to Tainari?
Because he doesn't know I'm
If
a
he
Martian.
misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right?
Nah, I'm fine. He's probably lying too. He's a little sketch.
You mean that Tainari already knows that what you saw weren't hallucinations? But if that's the case, why would he try to hide that from us?
Because I don't trust him.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. That explains why you were so quiet earlier. Well, that settles it then. We'll stay here to rest up and figure out what's going on with your hallucinations.
Although I'm sure he's not a bad guy. He seems like too sweet of a guy.
But it seems like asking Tainari might not be an option anymore. What do you think we should do? Good
Start having
idea.
a chat with Cole.
Holly's pretty friendly. We can ask her tomorrow about what she knows regarding the Dendro Archon and customs in Sumeru.
Customs in Sumeru. You get a night of rest. Thank you, game. I love
Rise
it.
and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Holly!
Alright, I'm up. Calm down. Actually, hold on. I haven't used my Traveler in a while. What would it take to level them up? Oh, I can totally do it. Okay, let's do that, actually. My Traveler's a sleepy boy. I should probably switch his artifacts. I haven't used my Traveler in a billion fucking years. I don't know what would be good for him right now. I don't know what would be good for him. Yeah, I'll just put on the Exile. Just because it's pretty basic. I usually go the Exile when in doubt. It's just a very solid set. And then I'll think of like a real set to use later. There we go. I use my Traveler again for a little bit. Just a little bit. I like the Traveler.
Just what will we come across this time?
Well, that was very serious of my Traveler. Oh, okay, I'm in this village. This is where I come to get mushrooms. I know where I am.
Yeah.
Hello.
All right, next let's see your right hand. Not bad. But please remember that you still need to be careful, understand?
Yes, I will. By the way, Master, I still haven't received the patrol route for today.
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time. Besides, there's a chance we may encounter... Well, you understand.
But I have a vision too! Am I useless to everyone now?
Aww.
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying about right now. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Nope.
Yeah, since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might as well try lending a hand around here.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, perhaps Kale could take you two for a patrol south of Gandharvaville for the day. And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
Tighnari, we're ready to head out.
Got it! I'll be right there! Alright, we'll be heading into the forest now. I'll leave any further details to Kale.
Yes, you can count on me.
Aw.
So, Kale, what exactly are we going to be doing today? Tighnari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but, that doesn't really sound like the job for a ranger.
It kinda does.
Well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be pretty diverse.
Yeah, I imagine a forest ranger
They
does like
handle a
anything in the
variety of
forest.
tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring fire prevention standards are met, and providing assistance to travelers and locals. As for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas of the rainforest.
I bet.
Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps as we make our way to the Statue of the Seven. Paimon, traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual.
Well, there's a weird buffalo. Is that unusual?
Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Let's move to the next ones. Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it. No problems with this lamp. Good. The Statue statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. You must have seen it when you came down this road before. It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't clean the statue. Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then. There's not much footing once you reach the statue, so be careful up there.
Alright, Captain.
Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those hard-to-reach areas.
I appreciate that. Now we don't have to climb the
By the
entire
way,
statue.
Kale, do you know anything about the Dendro Archon? You know, what's she like?
That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh?
Huh? Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro Archon?
Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her works provided a means of peaceful living for
She
everyone.
created the forest.
To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity that occurred a few hundred years ago.
Yeah, it is just like the Raiden Shogun.
According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru. To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her reside in the sanctuary of Siristana.
Uh-huh. Then what happened?
Well, and then... I'm not too sure what happened, to be honest.
Oh, that's sketchy.
You're not too sure. But aren't you from Sumeru?
Did they just lock up their Archon?
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru. But...
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers. If that's the case, then don't worry. We understand.
Did they just lock up their
No,
Archon?
no, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Besides, I don't consider you two strangers.
Oh, we kind of are, so that's nice of you. We kind of are, though.
Because you two know Amber, right?
Oh yeah, your girlfriend. I do know Amber. Amber and I are besties.
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Amber, Outrider of the Knights of Favonius?
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time.
I read that
You
comic.
could even say that she helped me become a new person.
You're adorable.
There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment, but is also very understanding of others. She's like the spark that lights the fire in everyone's heart around her. If you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm, causing you to fall in love with the lands of Mondstadt.
Why didn't you stay in Mondstadt?
Sorry.
Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just described, but one thing's for sure. You really like Amber.
Sorry. I was rambling on just now. It must have sounded kind of weird.
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber somehow makes Paimon suddenly feel a lot closer to you. So, how do you know that we've met Amber?
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion. I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering everything you've been through that day, I thought it'd be inappropriate to bring it up.
Oh, trust me, Dvalin wasn't even the most of that.
That's how you knew.
Dvalin wasn't even the hard part of that day.
So please know that you two have my complete trust. Really. I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time, and I haven't read any books. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or the Sanctuary of Surasthana until you mentioned them.
Yeah, it's very true.
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing I want to ask, though. Why do you two want to know about the Dendro Archon?
No, I'm just interrogating the gods one by one. I'm just interrogating them. You ever just go around and interrogate the
So
gods?
that's why you're here. Thank you for telling me your story.
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right? Alright, we have a statue to clean.
You both have my thanks. While you two are up there cleaning, I'll go ahead and inspect the forest canopy. Let's meet back here shortly.
Why do you need to inspect the forest canopy? What's gonna happen in the trees? Hello. Alright. Yep. I could just teleport up there, but I'm gonna do it legit. Yep. 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 Oh yeah, I forgot those little teleport things. Yep. Yeah. Hey, a chicken.
Huh. Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's carved on the statue is kinda small.
Well, you know, you're kind of small.
Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali? You might be right. The statue does look kinda old. Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out later. Let's get started on cleaning the statue. Paimon will fly up and take care of the top, and you clean everything below.
Well, at least Paimon's actually helping. Meticulously clean the statue, because we're professionals.
Nice work. That's one clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale.
Statue of 7. I'm gonna resonate with Dendro. Dendro power.
Propagate!
Yeah, I like that one. I like Dendro powers. Do I have any things to give it? I do not. Okay. Alright, bye, statue. Hello.
Kale, we're back.
Now I have Dendro powers.
Welcome back. You must be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a little break. I brought some fruit and water for us.
That's nice of you.
Yay, food! What kind of goodies did you bring?
Paimon, some restraint,
Hey,
please.
don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best way to compliment a chef is to show passion for their food. Xiangling taught Paimon that.
Xiangling is something
I
else,
prepared
though.
a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you'll like them.
Pita pockets.
Whoops!
Ah, no! You dropped it on the ground!
It's still edible.
Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Oh, whew. Paimon nearly had a heart attack there.
No, Paimon. You enjoyed the pitas together
Those
with Soleil.
pitas are amazing! You're quite the cook, Kale. Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so tasty had been wasted.
Oh my god.
You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon.
That she does.
Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include all my personal cooking pointers, so you'll be making your own pita pockets in no time.
Yay!
pockets.
Thanks, Kale. It's hard to believe someone as diligent as you could have clumsy moments too.
Oh, I guess it happens from time to time.
So, Kale, don't you think that Tainari's a little too strict with you? He won't let you touch anything without his permission. Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but he's never said anything. Everyone has their clumsy moments.
No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure, he may seem a bit harsh at first, but with some time, you'll see that he's actually very kind-hearted. I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for their cunning wit and reclusive nature. But Master is actually very kind at heart. Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, there's a group called, something.
Gala.
Well,
Gallimimus.
Because Master does a lot of research on plants. Sages from the Academia have written him many times, inviting him to take up an official position there. But Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. Seems you already know him well. Anyway, I'm sure the sages were not happy about his responses.
No, probably not.
Master could obviously have a bright future in the academia, but he insists on sticking to the path of a forest watcher. Every day he helps the locals of the forest and passes on his extensive knowledge to trainees like me.
He's just a mother
In
hen.
fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pockets.
Really? Paimon would have never guessed that. Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. He even carried you all the way here.
He's fucking strong.
Paimon's still kind
Or I'm
of
late.
upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here.
What did you do?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little.
No, Paimon probably deserved it.
It's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, "Why, oh why? Is he going to die?" It probably started to get under Master's skin after a while.
Hey! Don't laugh. Paimon was genuinely concerned about you.
That's so sweet, Paimon. I'm glad you were worried.
Now even Kali started to laugh. Ugh, that's it. Paimon won't forget this. It's time for some Paimonial wrath.
Paimonial wrath.
No! Don't touch me!
Oh. Whoa. Okay.
Oh, sorry, Kale. Paimon didn't mean to scare you.
No, I just...
Yeah, I've read her comics. She's got some
I
issues.
didn't mean that.
No, you're fine.
Are you okay?
Paimon shouldn't touch you without
What's the
permission. You're
matter?
fine. Paimon, don't touch people without their
Noah.
consent.
I'm fine. I'm sorry. I must have startled you both reacting like that. Oh, well, it's getting late now. Let's hurry back to Gandharville. I think Master and the others should be back by now, too.
Huh? What was up with Kali just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a sudden? Look, she's practically running back. Paimon can't even see her now.
I can. She's walking. Paimon, don't touch people without their consent. This is what happens. You shouldn't just touch people. It's not cool. Not everyone likes affection.
Ah, Traveler. You've returned.
Who the fuck are you?
Yep, we're back. Have you seen Kale by any chance?
Oh, Kale? Yes. I saw her go into her room just a moment ago.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll just have to wait and talk to her tomorrow then.
I just gotta wait until the day? Okay.
Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be.
Don't touch people.
Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
Paimon, we're not gonna have any friends.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Huh? Tainari? What are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
You mean she's sick? How could she be... Oh, wait a minute. Could it be because of what Paimon did yesterday?
No, no need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time.
Aww.
Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care of herself.
No wonder you nag her so much.
I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have you two here.
So, Tainari, what's really wrong with Kale?
let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep after taking her medicine. She needs some peace and quiet.
Paimon, you gotta stop prying at people's shit, man. It's also probably not his place to tell you what's wrong with her. Where am I going?
Behold!
All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma. So
Wow.
just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because, well, because Kale asked me to.
Aww.
And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you.
That's fair.
But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
She's so sweet.
Kainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time. Just how serious is it?
Very.
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes. It's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on affected areas of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
I hate that.
That sounds terrifying.
I hate that a lot.
Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier, it was because...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting herself.
Makes sense why you're such a mother hen.
With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for Elazar. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after
Yeah.
one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
Bastards.
What?
I will kill them
The
all one day.
Fatui?
I'll kill them all one
It
day.
appears you already are familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation. Anyway,
We get angry and he's like,
person
oh,
who
you already know
eventually
them. Good.
rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now, she can still feel deathly afraid of someone touching her.
Oh, Paimon had no idea Kale's been through so much suffering.
Poor girl.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that she's sorry for hiding her illness.
She should not be. Her medical
She
business
doesn't
is nothing
need
my
to
business.
apologize. None of this is her fault at all.
She's just a baby.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
Don't worry, Kainari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led her to break down this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, she should get better. Though I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled to ask her to join us.
Aw.
Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid the long-distance patrols are a little too much for her now. Alright, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for her medicine. I'll see you two later.
I feel really bad because Tignari's trying a really hard juggling act of trying to, like, do what's best for Kale's medical condition of, like, not sending her on too hard of patrols, keeping her close by, letting her rest, trying to get the medicine to keep her condition under control, and not letting her carry things that she could fall and hurt herself, like sharp glass from medicine bottles and stuff like that, but also still trying to let her, like, be a person. It's a very hard juggling act he's trying to do.
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help Kale too.
All right, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering, like the Traveler. You must follow closely and listen to every instruction.
Aye, Captain.
No problemo.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as the Nilot Pala Lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar recover their energy.
Aye, Captain.
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Nilot Pala Lotuses can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. The Nilot Pala Lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Caucolata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, and is completely contrary to its name.
Oh, okay then. Never bring up the topic of flowers with kindness.
Hi, Mom, don't be a dick to his special interest. Kale told us that he's a genius with plants. Don't be a dick to his special interest. I think plants are neat. I don't know anything about them, but I think they're neat. You wanna fight?
Scatter!
Fucking
The
miss.
wind rises.
You're dead now. You drop. Yeah. Give me that.
Follow me.
Time to go get some flower petals for a poor little
Behold.
girl. Gotta help Chloe feel bad. That is not new. I have gotten that before because it's needed for Tignari to level up. She lied to me.
There should be Nilot Pala Lotuses growing somewhere in this area. Let's split up and begin searching.
I already got him.
If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient.
I already got him, man.
We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount.
I already did it.
Hey, Tainari! We found the lotuses you requested.
Let me have a look. Good. Very good. These are all excellent quality.
Thank you.
I'm glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on other things I need.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Tainari!
Why isn't it got a hit
Oh,
all play?
Tainari, someone's calling your name. They're dressed like a forest ranger.
Ah, yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too long ago? What are they doing back so early? Let's go find out what's going on.
Squall Fury.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
What
We
happened?
just discovered a withering zone.
Ah, the withering.
The Withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already cleared just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area, so we decided to come find you as quickly as possible.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime, please guide these two back to Gandharvaville.
Nah, I want to go fight the
Wait,
Withering.
Kainari, why don't you let us help you?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with many things in these lands.
Listen, I'm always unfamiliar with
There's a
everything.
unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the Withering. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching such places.
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous place.
Well, I didn't think you were.
As
but...
Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the Withering's corrosive effects for a time.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities deal with it, like Tainari here. Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it.
I can also
But you
control
don't
the
seem to
elements.
carry a vision.
I don't need a vision. You're all nerds. I don't need your dumb visions.
Don't worry, he may not have a vision, but he's a real pro at using the power of the
Which one you
elements.
want? Lightning? Fire? I don't have fire, actually. Lightning?
Seems the rumors
wind.
about you were true then. In that case, all right. You two may accompany me.
I can do Dendro, lightning, water, wind. I can't do the rest of them yet, though. One day I'll be able to do the rest
We
of them,
typically only teach visitors how to identify the Withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an exception today and show you what it looks like up close.
probably. Thank you, Tigari. I've already done the Withering, though. Grab more of these plants I need. 'Cause I need a fuck ton of these.
Stop. Don't move any further. Look there, in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered. That whole area is kinda gloomy. Even the air looks like it's filled with ash. Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look of this.
That is the Withering. All right, Traveler. We're gonna have to enter that Withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors of the Withering. If we eliminate those, then the area will be saved. Thank you. But I must warn you, don't push yourself. This is your first time handling this sort of thing, after all.
Nah, it's fine.
Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the Withering zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. If at any point it becomes too much, return outside the zone and take a breather. It could become a matter of life and death.
Nah, it's fine. I'm
You
tough.
ready then? Let's go.
I'm powerful. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm good. I'm a big boy.
First, we must locate any branches sustaining the Withering zone.
Propagate!
Hold the line! Steady as stone. Time to clean up. Yeah.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor. louder. The wind rises. Now, destroy the tumor of the withering.
There we go.
We did it! Everything's returning to normal now!
We saved the city.
Yes. Thanks to you two, we were able to quickly restore this area back to normal.
Tainari? You make it sound like we did well, but why does Paimon have the feeling you're worried about something?
It's that obvious, huh? Alright. It's like this. Recently, the rate at which withering zones appear has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long before another one appears. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The withering is leaving lasting effects on the rainforest itself. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife that depends on those plants. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase, Kale's case of Elazar has also become more serious.
Huh? But why's that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being reported for patients with other conditions. No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world. Oh, by the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense, you can basically think of it as a large tree that grows downwards rather than upwards.
Aren't those called roots?
I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground all the way up to the surface.
Yeah, it does sound like what happens, what I saw when I blacked
Ley
out.
lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient times to present day. The Dendro Archon is known as the god of wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is a manifestation of Irminsul. And as for the Withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it. That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's familiars a long time ago, but even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for Irminsul. I'm afraid we Rangers will be battling the Withering Zones here for a long time, until a cure is found. Alright, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things here, it's time for us to head back to Gandharvaville.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Behold! Squall and Fury! Too slow. The wind rises.
I have made it back.
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
Great, I'm the greatest.
The withering zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry. Huh? Wait, is that?
A toucan!
Oh no. Hypatia!
Huh?
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
Did we communicate via toucan?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Oh, her? How could we forget? So did something happen?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just let Paimon read it.
Oh my god.
All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes. Allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, Hypatia resumed her meditation. She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This letter is her asking us for help. We need to go.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that from just a few lines on the paper?
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her, well, I'd prefer not to remember
She
that.
didn't eat for 5 days.
Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've
takes
got
her
some
meditation
emergency
a little too
rations set
seriously.
aside for times like these. Paimon, Traveler, could you two bring these to her?
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations? But will the traveler be okay if her cave is still filled with that funny incense?
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? You're not feeling even a little drowsy? But wait, how'd you know that he'd be okay this time, Tainari?
Because he's a doctor, I
Back when
guess?
we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the Dendro element. I knew then that he would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsol's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw when you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all, though I don't intend to apologize for deceiving you.
That's fair.
Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world of Tevat. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Ruka Devata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me, it was a part of my responsibilities to ascertain whether you could be entrusted with the fate of Sumeru. Now,
I shouldn't be.
after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel the need to hide any secrets from you.
But I'm an idiot.
When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. What you witnessed were actually real memories contained within Irminsul itself. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and use of Spirit Borneal are aimed at establishing a connection with Irminsul, just as you did.
That sounds nice and all, but will
Yeah.
somebody help us?
It is my boy.
Seriously, she completely ignored us the last time. we tried
Colet's
talking
here
to
too.
her.
She's just sicky. She's in bed
That
sick.
was
She's
because
fine.
when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she must avoid communicating with others. Please, wait here for a moment.
Tignari, you're Magic Forest Sprite. You weird Magic Forest Sprite, you. Do I get a pet toucan? When do I get a shark toucan? Can I trade Paimon for a shark toucan?
Here,
Yeah, she's sick.
take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. I'm sure it'll come in handy.
She was born with the disease, though. That's why she was handed over to the Fatui. She has a disease that she was born with that makes her slowly stop being able to move, basically, and lose control over her body. And that's why her parents gave her to the Fatui, because the Fatui told them they had a cure, and they didn't have a cure. They just tortured her. And then, because of the withering that we've seen, her condition's been getting worse.
Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her, and she'll answer any questions you may have.
Aye, aye, Captain.
No, I should be the one thanking you. You've both been a great help these last few days.
Well, you made me not die, so, you know, even Stevens, because you made me not die. Alright, bye, Tignari. I'll see you later. Tell Colette I'll be back. To infinity and beyond. Whee! I love these things. Oh, I can't reach that one.
Squall and Fury.
I believe I can fly. Yeah, it's called Elazar. Yeah, Tignari told me all about it because Colate told him to tell me all about it.
In the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Whee!
Hey, meditation bitch, are you still meditating?
Hello? Hypatia? Hey, there's nobody here.
Well, guess she's dead.
Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
Paimon, she's clearly dead. Let's give up immediately. Hypatia, are you dead? Wakey, wakey. You can't send a letter for help and then not be here. It's very rude. Wait, why is there food? You sent us a letter because you didn't have food and there's food right next to you. You lying bitch. What the fuck is that creepy thing? Oh, it's that thing from My Neighbor Totoro. Throw a Pokeball at it, I guess? Is it gonna attack me? Why did the cutscene freak out?
There you are.
Damn it, I missed my Pokeball.
Hypatia, are you alright?
Nah, she's fine.
So hungry. Need water.
There is a food right next to you, and there's a waterfall outside the door.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition.
Yes, we can.
Let's try finding some water first.
Well, it's 2 feet outside. If you take meditation this seriously, you need help.
Why does it look super foggy outside all of a sudden?
Oh, good. Is it the withering?
Anyway, let's go look around.
Is it the withering? If you take meditation this seriously, you need fucking professional help. If you take meditation so seriously, you don't eat until you just fall over.
How things out here end up looking like this? What happened? And where
Are we in James and the Giant Peach? Did she drug us again? She drugged us again, didn't she?
Really? Oh, maybe you're right. Let's go investigate the area.
She drugged me again, didn't she? Every time I talk to this girl, she fucking drugs me. Why am I in James and the Giant Peach now? Well, so the first time when I took 2 steps in Sumeru, and, oh, I'm in a domain apparently. I took 2 steps in Sumeru, and I saw her and I tried to ask her for instructions, directions on where to go, and she ignored me. And then I followed her into a cave and she was meditating with weird incense burning, and the incense made me pass out and I saw God. And I saw a giant tree underground. So she drugged me, and then I guess I came to save her from herself, and I'm being drugged again. What is that weird orange thing? So I don't like this girl. Every time I see her, I black out. Door of Resurrection activated. Well, that doesn't make me feel confident. Why was the Door of Resurrection activated? What the fuck is this place? This is a weird-ass domain. I think the grass-type Pokemon kidnapped me. Hey, a chest.
Wow, this place is huge.
Well, there's water right there. We can get her water.
Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
Or kill Hypatia like I wanted to. Hey, we just wanted instructions. If she told us before she went in the cave, because we talked to her, and then she just looked at us and then just walked away ignoring us like a bitch. And then Tignari's like, oh yeah, it's part of her meditation where she won't talk to anybody. I'm like, that's fucking stupid. Meditation, my dickhole. Bouncy mud. Thank you, game. I gathered they were bouncy. I've also played Mario. Whee! Also, it was Paimon's idea. This is a weird ass. Ah! Oh well. Why am I back in Inazuma now? What? This is what the buildings looked like when I was in Inazuma. Why am I back in Inazuma?
Huh? What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
Because I think the Dendro Archon's fucking with us. Yeah, this is definitely Inazuma. This is what the buildings looked like in Inazuma. Okay, this is getting real fucking old. Alright. Primeval Ross. You sometimes find Primeval Ross in Seal Pass. Collect 3 Primal Ross to unlock the path. Oh, okay. So that's a key. Thank you. So I need to get 3 keys. Boing. 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 Yeah, these are kind of fun. Boing. Oh no, I fucked up. Boing.
Behold!
How are Hilitrolls here? How are you guys everywhere?
Allow me.
Wretched vermin! That's far enough! Squall and Fury! Upon the gale! Propagate!
Leave it all to me, as a good knight should.
Spinny, 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 spinny. Maybe it's fair enough. Ow. You little bitch. I'm gonna... Fear the power of my large great sword.
Hold the line.
Fear the power of my jellyfish. Alright, dead now. What is this? I want the chest first. Damn it, no more food. Oh, wait. Is there food in here? Food? Food. What's this? Ah! Well, I turned into a fairy. All my dreams have finally come true. Oh, I'm going high as fuck. This is definitely a drug trip. Man, I'm never eating magic mushrooms again. Music is very pretty. Why is that? Why did that explode? Is that bad? Yep, ow! It's bad! Yep!
Behold!
Can I? Let me up. Ow.
Squall and Fury!
Fine, I'll just fly up. Fuck you. If you won't let me climb, I'll just fly, because fuck gravity. Whee! Okay, so I got all 3 keys. Whee! Open sesame! Let me in. I feel like I'm in a weird Mario level. I'm in the void again. Alright. Well. I went back to space. And I'm back in Inazuma again now.
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
Well, I keep teleporting back to Japan. Why do we keep going back to Inazuma? Oh, it's one of these looky puzzles. I hate these. Hold on. Looky puzzle. There we go. At least that one was only 2 pieces, so it wasn't that hard. I hate those puzzles, though. They were in fucking Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and there was like fucking 6 things you have to align, and I hated them. Oh god, that makes me nauseous. I hate that. Okay. Nope, leaving. Fuck that. Why is the Dendro Archon teleporting me back to fucking Japan? I don't even know if it's the Dendro Archon, but I'm blaming the Dendro Archon. Until I see evidence that's not the Dendro Archon's fault, I'm blaming the Dendro Archon. Oh, back, okay. Back to space again. This can't be good for me to, like, teleport back and forth like this. Back from Japan back to here. Am I gonna get, like, super cancer? At least those things are fun. Oh, what did I piss off? Ah, good, sight to kill. Oh, shut up.
Looks like we meet again, traveler.
Yes, and I've beaten your ass every time.
The Abyss Herald! What are you planning to do in this strange place?
I also hate him. I wish we could just kill him.
You needn't worry about such things. They don't concern you.
They kind of do, though. Dude, we know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna beat your ass, you're gonna get scared and run away again, and then I'm gonna probably see my boy, and he's gonna get mad that you run away again like a bitch. You always run away like a little bitch every time we do this. How many times do we have to do this song and dance? You're gonna run away like a little bitch, because you always do. Look at how much health you're losing! You're so bad at fighting! This is just Noelle. I'm not even doing big impressive moves. This is just you getting your butt kicked by a maid.
I must leave no.
Brad, she's an awesome maid, but she's still just a maid. Oh yeah, put your shield up. Okay.
Allow me.
Cry louder. Scatter.
Where? Yes. Come on. Wow, is it over? Did you already give up?
Huh? Why can't we beat this guy?
Because the game's cheating?
Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong this time?
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are.
But your health bar dropped so fast.
Your sister.
That's not what I said at all.
Oh, pitiful traveler. Are you really so ignorant? Or are you just living in complete denial?
Kinda, but I'm allowed to. It's a free country. I can live in denial.
Her Highness has long since forsaken you.
I mean, maybe.
Your meager existence in her eyes is that of an annoying bug, only to be stepped upon.
You might be right, but you also might be wrong, so therefore fuck you.
The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. Your journey is meaningless. But don't you fret now. Today will be your last. Now die!
Is Dane gonna show up? Where's Dane? Dane always shows up to kick your ass. I refused that I would lose to you when I was kicking your ass. This is worse than when I got my butt kicked by that. At least the Raiden Shogun put up a better fight when the game made me lose to her. You fucking didn't do anything. Okay. I can't remember what I saw. I can't?
What do we do? We haven't seen Hypatia anywhere out here. Oh, there she is! Quick, let's see how she's doing.
So sweet.
That sounded
Well,
very
the
sexual.
good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that?
Because she deserves it.
Oh, guess that makes sense. She does look kind of rough at the moment. Anyways, we can talk about this later. We better make sure she's alright first.
Nah, she's fine.
Whoa, wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her. We can put that to good use.
Why is the apple bigger than her fucking whole chest? It's terrifying.
Who is there? Tainari, is that you? Huh?
Hypatia. Tighnari sent us here to bring you some food and water. Here, we have a letter that he asked us to give you.
Also, shame on you for meditating for so long that your body deteriorates and Tighnari has to come save you. He's a very busy guy. Shame on you. You should be more responsible if you're going to be a scholar. That's
I
a
see.
wonderful wind chime.
So, you're friends of Tighnari. I apologize for all the trouble I've caused you.
Stop drugging me.
I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was already here when we arrived. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around and even some juice dripping from your lips. How did you end up like this anyway?
Are we sure it was juice?
Really?
Now I have questions.
I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my, neighbor. Must have come by and saw me like this.
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Kind of like a cabbage.
Oh? So you're able to see them too?
Oh, yeah. I see all the weird little magic fairies that you see in your head.
Wait, hold on a second.
Giant
Traveler.
mushroom friend.
You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange dream? Isn't that a little too crazy to believe?
No,
I don't know.
I actually do believe what the traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before and ended up scaring my timid little neighbor here.
Or we're both
You
crazy.
needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scurry away.
So, Hypatia, just what kind of creature is your neighbor exactly?
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with the Dendro Archon.
They're sounding a little too similar
I
to
know
Fae
this
right
because
now,
the first
and I don't
time
like
saw
fairies.
them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding.
Morgana heard that. Morgana's scary. Morgana's why I don't trust the
Fae. I
Fae.
touched. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure at the opening of the cave. In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave, because they didn't seem to mind me approaching them. They just kept doing whatever they were up to.
God, its eyes
It
are
wasn't until I
terrifying.
crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh,
They're part of the side quest.
then-
Most fan of hate. Oh, that's not. They're part of
I
that
had a
side
dream.
quest. I have seen the notes
By
on
the
that
time I
quest.
came to, they were nowhere to be seen. I was convinced
I have
they'd
seen the
never show
fandom
up
talking about
again.
that. I'm not looking
But
forward to
sure
it.
enough, I saw them nearby a few
Actually,
days
knowing me, I
later.
probably won't complete it for like
And
years.
they weren't alone. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to save me. Yes,
Listen,
no
I'll
doubt
do it
about that.
eventually. I just do side
the way,
quests at my own
Tighnari
pace.
mentioned in
I'll
his
do it
letter that you had
eventually.
questions for me regarding Irminsul.
Eventually. Listen,
Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my stomach.
if the quests were that important, they would voice act
dropped
them.
the food earlier. Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Besides, Paimon's getting hungry too. Let's eat first and talk about Irminsul later. All right, we're up, traveler. Today's menu will feature sweet madame and a radish veggie soup. You'll love them, Hypatia. They're our specialties after all.
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before. I certainly look forward to it.
Yeah, that's my issue with a lot of
It's
these
been
ones.
so long since I've had a decent meal, too. To be honest, the last time had to be when Tighnari came to visit.
Yeah, like, a lot of the side quests that they don't bother to voice act are also really boring. Like, I get why they don't bother to voice the... They can voice act everything, actually. This is a very large company that has 3 different, very successful games. So they very much could afford to voice act everything, first off. They definitely could. I respect that they don't want to, but they definitely could. There is no money problem stopping them from doing it. I guarantee there is no money problem. But because they have 3 highly successful games. But also, a lot of the voice, like, the quests that they don't, like, the quests that they decide not to voice act are also usually incredibly boring. So, like, why would I read it if it's boring anyway? Like, in Star Rail especially, half the quests are no fighting or nothing. They're just boring dialogue of, like, this guy being like, I write poetry, and I'm never gonna see him again. Like, why would I bother reading it? I just want the quest completed to get it on my log. I don't care about the boring quests. Like, if they're interesting side quests, I'll read them and care.
All done. Let's use the empty box that Tainari gave us since we already watched it. Oh, it smells amazing. And the box is a nice touch, too. Let's go serve this up and start eating with Hypatia.
Listen, I read the important side quests, it's just some of them are really stupid, and that's not my fault. I know you always read the side quests. I don't know how you always read them, because some of them are just dumb, and I just want them done. Especially when there's no combat. At least if they're really dumb and there's, like, a game to it, like gameplay of, like, fighting and stuff like that, then they're at least fun in gameplay sense, where it's like, oh, this is really dumb, but there's a giant hilichurl to fight or something like that. Then at least there's something for me to do that's mildly entertaining. But if it's just people talking and the entire thing is dumb, like the event right now, fucking, where is it? This one right now. This is guys arguing over a toy shop when I did it. It was so boring and stupid. This is the dumbest I did it for the Primo Gems, but I just wanted them to shut up the entire time. Like, it was just grown men arguing about toys, and it was so boring. I didn't do it on stream because it was boring. I sped run it for Primo Gems. And that was it. I literally didn't stream it because I realized it wasn't worth boring a chat with it. Like, I'm like, this would bore chat to tears. I'm just going to speedrun it and not do any of it. Like, it was the worst quest that they could have done. So, like, I really like Hoyo vs. Games, but their side quests need some work sometimes. Sometimes they don't put the effort in, and if they want me to read, they need to put the effort in.
Are you already finished cooking? Mmm, smells
Like,
delectable.
At least Skyrim voice acted the dumb side
Enjoy a
quests.
proper meal like this. Cooking really isn't my forte.
Here you go. Shove this in your face. Eat it. Shove it in your mouth. Open your face. After a delicious meal together. Well, I'm glad it's delicious. I am a great cook.
Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spiritborn eel for the first time.
Yeah, because you drugged me.
It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so.
Oh, get fucked.
And everyone at the academia even lauded me as a genius.
I guess I'm better than you.
You should know that some researchers spend their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
Well, have they considered getting good?
Why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
It doesn't. It's called drugs, Paimon. They're all
The
high.
ingredients used to make Spiritborn eel primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive
good,
to
Scrubs.
heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's
Yeah, imagine
power.
not being able to connect to a
Since
higher
the root
god.
of the
Just do it,
Dendro
nerd.
Archon's power lies within Irminsul. We can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth.
This is just a bunch of hippies getting high, isn't it? I would love it if there was no connection to the Dendro Archon. This is just a bunch of guys getting high as fucking caves.
Naturally, anyone who can establish a connection with Irminsul in their first
MLG
ever
Pro
attempt
me will do it the
must be a
first time.
person of great
I want to go to the
understanding.
academia now and just be like, God, just do it, nerds. Imagine not being able to do it your first try. Just try it, nerds.
Question.
Why aren't you
was
trying
he
hard enough?
sensitive to the smell of those plants for such a long time?
That was primarily due to his body's unique constitution.
Because I'm a Martian.
Stimulated by the incense, he could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experienced a sensory overload, hence the adverse reactions. Taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of Spiritborn ale would cause adverse effects. Not to worry though, it appears you've already fully recovered. Technically,
Oh my
your
God.
body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. But unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of Spiritborn ale should no longer trigger such reactions.
Well,
Well, that's a relief.
You don't gotta worry about that. I have ADHD. There's not gonna be any meditating techniques. I don't sit still long enough for that shit.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities.
You should be. I'm pretty great.
Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could connect with Irminsul at will.
Whoa, you're really serious about this whole thing, aren't you?
Hello, Mother.
I am a researcher after all. As a member of the Ritaoist Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings.
It's good. I'm with
But
hippies
there's
getting
still
high in a
so
tree.
much we don't know, especially regarding the mysteries that lie in the starry skies. Which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for answers.
I also turn to
Only
trees
my
for answers.
perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful, or that doing so will leave my consciousness intact.
Well, just do it, nerd. I did
am
it. It's not that
currently in
hard.
the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to attune with Irminsul during this stage.
A lot of writers
Sages
are
have
striking
said
right
that
now.
Irminsul contains divine knowledge. And
'cause they won't
touching
pay
such
them.
knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead
Then again,
to
most
one's
people in the
mind
world right now
giving
aren't
in on
getting paid what
itself.
they're worth. I'm sure not getting
That's
paid what
why
I'm
we
worth.
meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds
Everyone's
will
gonna be
calm
striking soon.
while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
Whoa, so knowledge from Irminsul could be super
Yeah, I mean,
good
writers
for us.
across the board don't get
Don't you
paid what
ever
they
feel
should.
afraid of the risk, Hypatia?
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight, and dead silent without even the sound of insects. However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as scared anymore knowing that I have a little neighbor living nearby. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the Dendro Archon.
Yeah, you believe whatever you want, crazy lady.
But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself. And they have the curious power to make people dream.
What's so strange about
This is a
that?
cutscene.
It doesn't sound so out of place for a divine being, does it?
I'm playing.
No,
It's just a
It's
cutscene.
strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Huh. Is that true?
Hey, Ruby.
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream in Sumeru. Adults, however, never do.
Adults never
The sages
dream.
say that
Boy, is that
wisdom
true?
implies rationality. But that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical.
I'm always logical.
Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, those emotions could influence their dreams. The fact that the people of Sumeru do
I'm
not
the
have
most
dreams
logical.
is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukadevata, the god of wisdom, is keeping us away from the foolish delusions you encounter in your sleep. I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, my parents would always tell me that I'll know I've grown up once I stop dreaming. I studied hard,
Oof.
enrolled as a student in the academia.
Oh,
and
you
went
got the
on to
Rona, I'm
become
sorry.
A researcher. Sure enough, I never dreamed again. But then, on the day I scared
That is
the little
definitely not
Aranara,
good. Are you gonna be
I
okay?
suddenly saw a
How bad
dream
did you get
again.
it?
It was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I saw, I clearly recall the feeling. I suddenly felt like I was a child again. Back
Oh
then,
no.
I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be. But I was free of fear.
I figured since you were
Maybe
hospitalized,
dreaming
but that's
isn't
not
as bad
good.
as we've made it out to be. Just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru City. They'll look at you as if you've lost your mind.
So, do you have any thoughts about the things he saw when he connected with Irminsul?
This girl's telling me her whole life
Sorry.
story.
I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. All I can say is that what you saw is a memory contained within Irminsul itself. World forget me. What could that possibly mean?
Oof, I'm sorry, Ruby. That sucks.
If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. I might have some more answers for you. If you two are ever in the area again, please be sure to come and see me.
That's my mother and her need to adopt everyone. Thank you, Hypatia. Can you
There's
stop
no
telling
need
me
to
your
thank
life
me.
story?
You two are my saviors. Besides, I'm already looking forward to tasting some more of your cooking.
Well, I can't cook in real life, so you're barking up the wrong tree. You're lucky I can cook in this game, because I can't cook in
Now
real
that
life.
we know Hypatia is alright and had the chance to ask her some questions, Paimon thinks it's about time to head back to Gandharvaville.
Alright, goodbye. Jesus, get me out of here. She told me her whole life story. I'm out of here. No more life story, no more drugs, no more trees. I'm out of here. Yeah. I've been trying to avoid getting the Rona like the plague. I barely leave the house as it is. That's just how I live my life normally, because I'm a shut-in. But I avoid going to office for my real job as much as I can, too. I definitely do not want to tempt fate with that. Everyone else can decide the plague's over. I have not decided it's over yet. Oh, that's good. At least they have a laptop you can borrow. Especially one that can handle Steam. That's a super good boon.
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem? As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Who is this Julius Caesar looking ass? Why does he have the fucking... I forgot what that's called. What's the Roman crown thing called? I forgot. I haven't gotten Armored Core 6 yet. Is it really good? It looks pretty good. I kind of want it, but I've been caught up in other games yet so far. I haven't gotten it yet. Especially because the new Fate game comes out soon, so I haven't gotten it yet because I'm going to fall into that game. But I definitely want to get it eventually because, like, it's FromSoft, it's Armored Core, I love mechas. Mechas are great. But, like, I fell into this game and then the Fate game comes out on... I forget what day it comes out already. Whenever Fate Samurai Remnant comes out, I have to play the new Fate game. That one's going to completely consume my soul. So I'll probably get it after I finish that game. What are those Roman crowns called now? I got Google this. I forget what the Roman crowns are called now. What plant were they made out of? What kind of leaves were they? No, it's not thorns. It's the leaves like Julius Caesar wore. They're like leaves. L'Oreal wreath. That's what it was. I couldn't remember what they're called. But no, it's what this guy's wearing. He looks like Julius Caesar. They're L'Oreal wreath. No, thorns were Jesus. Jesus wasn't the Emperor of Rome, although that would have been really funny if Jesus was the Emperor of Rome.
Keep your emotions in check, Ghulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for
God,
the
I wish
timing.
everyone would keep their
We're here
emotions
to
in check.
invite him to the academia, not to cause a scene.
Sage Kage, I am truly
I love
honored
the
to
random
attend here in
squirrel!
person, but I'm afraid I must still decline your invitation.
What's the squirrel doing?
I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have any need of someone like me?
Why is Tignari so short?
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is a renowned sage of the Immorta, after all. So now I've come here in his stead.
I love this guy's
I
mustache.
see.
I want a mustache like that.
Well, I figured
The
that
voice
given
cast is
his
really
temper,
good.
he
I do
would
need to get
come
it. I
here
will
and
get it
berate me
eventually.
personally.
I'm very excited for it.
Tainari,
I've just been distracted.
your master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires your assistance.
And like, it's
And what exactly
from
does
soft
my
game, so it would
master
take me
need
6
of
years to
me,
beat it. So I have to beat
Sage
Fate
Kage?
first.
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumeru City, that is.
And, how long will I be required to stay?
Wait, they're forcing him to go?
There's no definite answer as of now.
Do you mean to tell me that, despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out in the letter to my master? If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Ghulam, we're leaving.
For this being the Nation of Wisdom, you guys are pretty dumb. He asked very specific questions and you won't give him any answers, so he's like, fuck you. Get out of here. Leave my boy alone. I also love Tignari. Leave my boy alone.
What was that all about
I'll kill those guys for you. Do you want
It's
me to kill those
nothing.
guys?
Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but I had to refuse on account of all my responsibilities.
I have him.
But all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
He was not who I was trying to get, though. I was trying to get Sarah.
Eventful trip. But the main thing is
I was trying to
that
get Sarah.
she's safe and sound.
I'm still
She
trying to get
answered
Sarah.
a bunch of questions for us too.
Very good.
I've been trying to get Sarah
Now
since
that
I got
the
the game.
Traveler has made a full recovery. There shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer.
I've been trying
I
so
assume
hard
you
to
will
get
be
Sarah.
heading to Sumeru City, correct?
That's right. We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice. Do you have any idea on how we can find her?
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know anyone we can try asking in Sumeru City?
Gareth, you have to try to get the Raiden Shogun. I'm waiting for
My
Ito to
trips
come back.
Sumeru City have been fairly short, and
I want
most
Ito.
of my acquaintances are researchers. Oh, how about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Amorta Darshan and is adept at gathering information. Asking him might prove worthwhile. Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure if it will ever come in handy for you, but maybe you can give it a try.
Oh? What is it?
Is it drugs?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Some say that this item is the very basis of Sumeru's reputation as the City of Wisdom. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the Academia's expertise, so I'll leave it to them to show you how to use it.
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! But wait, before that... That's right! Tainari, we have something important to say to Kale before we leave. Is she doing better now?
That's my mom, the warrior
Yes,
ward.
she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. Last I saw her, she was taking the path towards the North Crossing. She knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Oh, Kale's up and about?
Thanks, Tainari. All right, let's go!
Farewell, and good luck to you both.
Thank you, Tainari. I gotta go see my girl, though. Where's Kale? Where am I?
The wind rises.
Whee! Oh, she's by the dog! What the dog doing? There's a dog!
For you two. Never mind. I guess I should just wish you two a safe and successful journey.
I mean,
for
Ruby, it's
waiting
important
here
people
just to
worry.
see us off, Kale.
Gotta make sure
We're
you're
headed
okay.
to Sumeru City.
We'll be back to see you soon, Kale.
Don't worry
I
about
love
me.
you.
I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. It's up to me and the others to protect the rainforest here.
Okay, but you're also very
And,
sick.
I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my condition when we first met. I just wanted you two to treat me as a normal friend, not some girl that needs your sympathy. But I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends to be genuine with one another.
There's no need to apologize,
You're sorry,
Kale.
C4. I hate you.
We should be thanking you for trusting us enough to be your friends and sharing your past with us. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's because we're friends and we care about you.
Games and Discord is all you need to be happy. That's me, at least.
Thank you.
I never want to go
It means
outside.
a lot. Before you leave, I have something for you. Oh?
Oh, a
What
present.
is it?
What is it?
It's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember? My handwriting is a little, messy, so please don't laugh.
Ah, you should see my handwriting.
Hey, thanks, Kale. Now we can eat those scrumptious little pitas whenever and wherever we like.
You should see my
I hope
handwriting.
that
It's
whenever
completely
you eat them,
illegible.
you'll both remember your time here in Gandharvaville.
You're Noel's level 35? How dare you not level up the best character in the game?
I, trainee Forest Ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharvaville again. The Rangers will always be ready to assist you here.
My Noelle is C6. Like, I have her constellation fully maxed out, and she's my highest level character because she's the best character in the game. Look at her. Look at her. She's adorable. CC6. Look how cute she is. She's the best character in the game. But where's the characters I want? I really want to get, so like the characters I want to get Beizu. I want to get the doctor with his dumb talking snake and his big bulge. I want to get Shenhe because she's really hot. Like, concerningly hot. And then I want to get Ito because Himbo, he's the boy. Look how dumb he is. I love it. I love this idiot. And then I want Sarah because she's also hot. Actually, I think I have enough for a wish. Maybe I'll get streamer luck and I'll get Sarah. Oh no, I do have enough for a wish. All right, let's see if I get streamer luck. Nope, didn't get. Okay, I'll go fuck myself. All right, I don't get streamer luck. I never get streamer luck. Why don't I ever get streamer luck? I never get streamer luck. I give up. Why do I do things? Good catch.
Steady as stone.
I don't know why me blowing myself up was so irritating to me. Oh, hey, you're still alive. Hi. But yeah, see, look, I have Tignari.
Who ate a poisonous mushroom this time?
I love that he says that. Who ate a poisonous mushroom this time?
I think we can forego the lost and found report.
Batman. That chickadee didn't deserve that. Fast arrow point. Fast arrow point. You're what? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, why is there a dog by this hilichurl? What's the dog doing? I don't know why I'm torturing this hilichurl. It's completely unnecessary, but I am. Alright, bye. That hilichurl really didn't deserve that, but you know. Da, 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 da. I love how Tayari's ears like flop back when he runs. It's so cute. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why I'm going like this like a Wanderer. I forgot I have Wanderer. It's like the whole reason I rolled for Wanderer. We're on a journey. Why are those kids just jumping?
City. We finally made it.
It was like a 2-foot walk.
Did you see that? When those people entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But how did you know that?
Because there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha. But no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia conveniently provides each traveler to Sumeru City with a device. Perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. It's our beloved Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's lasting legacy, a treasure trove of collected knowledge. After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha, the Academia created one of its most ingenious inventions, the Akasha Terminal.
I love this guy's voice.
As long as you are within Sumeru's borders,
that looks
you may
fucked
use
up.
an Akasha Terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha Terminals will be much smoother and more effective in large cities such as Sumeru City and Port Ormos.
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about. It sounds pretty amazing.
It sounds sketchy. I don't want some weird thing in my
You
head.
two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time in Sumeru. However, this policy was recently changed, and now all travelers are issued one upon arrival.
Why was it changed?
Here are your Akasha terminals. Please handle them with care.
I don't like that. I don't like the sound of this.
It kinda looks like a leaf.
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase to yourself. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Oh, since this little doodad lets you access knowledge, maybe we can use it to find a way to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let's give it a try.
Ah, yes, because I'm sure everyone can just meet the god
May
casually.
the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
May the mighty god bless us with their voice of wisdom. I don't trust this at all. I trust this 0%.
Whoa. Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing.
Ah, detective vision.
Seems all we need to do is concentrate on what we want to know, and bam! You get it. Oh, that'll come in real handy.
Ah, we're connected to the mainframe.
Exactly. That is the power of the Akasha.
It's good. So it's
And
Google.
with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
So it's Google.
Okay, now that we're in, we can check the Akasha about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let Paimon try. 500 years ago, the sages found a newly born deity from within some scorched ruins. The deity now resides in the sanctuary of Suristana. Seems pretty similar to what Kali was telling us. Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her. Paimon doesn't sense anything. The Akasha didn't respond to Paimon's question. Oh, come on!
Because it said no.
Focusing on this question feels like when you have something you're trying to remember and it's on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't think of it. Paimon's brain is exhausted.
I mean, most people don't want us to meet their resident god.
Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it?
The Akasha doesn't unconditionally answer a query. Also, even if the same query is requested by multiple people, the question still imparts it. Okay.
Could it be because we're Outlanders and we've only just arrived in Sumeru? You know, maybe we're not qualified to receive an answer to this sort of question or something.
Well, it's time to fall back to plan B and just start beating people up.
You too? Well, glad it's not just Paimon.
I need to calm my mind. Feelings of affection, intimacy, nostalgia, sadness, and anxiety.
Uh-oh. Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all of a sudden. It feels like the people of Sumeru really missed their Archon.
Wasn't it 500 years ago? Most of them never knew her.
Well, seems no matter which way we try, we can't find anything that'll lead us to Lesser Lord Kusanali. Guess our only choice now is to try meeting with the researcher that Tainari recommended. He's from Sumeru and even has a position in the Academia. Maybe he'll be able to access more info from the Akasha.
Hopefully.
Let's see. Tainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate. Let's head over and have a look. Hopefully he's at home.
Hello.
Are you Rohawi?
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
I am God.
Great! You see, Tainari sent us here and...
What? Tainari? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the data didn't produce the most convincing results, but...
Here! This is a letter from Tainari!
Did he, like, produce an article Tainari's mad about?
Oh, ooh, what a relief. You two nearly scared the life out of me. So you two just have some questions for me?
Sure do.
Seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring information. So, what is it you two would like to know?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly my area of expertise, but let me see what I can find in the Akasha. Sorry, the Akasha didn't respond to my query.
What? You too? But what about your abilities for getting information and all that? Paimon was sure you'd be able to access more info than we did.
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher.
I do
The
love
Akasha
Kokomi a
doesn't
lot.
see a need for me to know more about the Dendro Archon. All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to
Kokomi's
Sumeru,
great. I really
she's
like that she
never
went to
left
war
the
with
sanctuary
Raiden
of
Shogun.
Sorasthana or made a public appearance.
I like that she's a little bit crazy. She really saw the Raiden Shogun and said, bet, let's square up.
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain the lack of information in the Akasha.
Aw, but then what can we do?
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing here. You could certainly try asking around and see if anyone else has ideas.
She's like my favorite
And
healer.
besides,
She like very
you two
rarely
should
leaves the
consider
party.
the bright side of things. Not being able to see Lesser Lord Kusanali may not be a bad thing.
It is a bad thing. I
In
need to
this
talk to
world,
God.
There will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha, and things you can never accomplish. Knowing when to yield is a form of wisdom.
I refuse to yield.
Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But Tainari? That guy can publish 3 papers in just a single year.
I refuse to yield.
Okay, thanks for your advice.
She replaced Barbara in a second. That's fair. I do feel bad for Barbara because I like
Tell me,
Barbara a lot too.
If you two
But
ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia or relations between the 6 great sages, come find me. Hey, come on. This is a survival skill at the academia.
you're useless.
Oh, Paimon's expectations were pretty low, but this is so low, it's like digging holes in the dirt. Ugh.
I like everyone in Mondstadt. I think Mondstadt's still my favorite
Even if
region.
we want to talk to someone, we don't know anybody here.
I like Mondstadt a lot. I think it still might be my favorite region. Everyone in Mondstadt was really funny.
Huh? Like who?
Add Astra Abyssosque.
Catherine! The Adventurers Guild has its own intel network. Let's
Add
find
Astra
it.
Abyssosque. I love Catherine. Let's go see Catherine, my girl. Catherine's best girl.
Squall Fury.
Catherine! Hello, Catherine.
Ad Astra Abyssos. Hello, Traveler and Paimon.
Catherine, we need your help with something.
I fucking love Catherine.
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is always ready to serve you. With what do you require assistance?
Why can't I use
We wanna
Google?
meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You can't stand Catherine? Why?
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. Understood. Please wait.
What did Catherine do?
I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the Akasha. I'm also unable to locate any pertinent information in my personal memory.
Aww, another dead end. Well, if Catherine can't help us, then we really don't know anyone else to ask now.
I mean, she literally just stays in the
Please,
Adventurers
do not
Guild, minds her
worry.
business.
I may know of someone who can help you two.
At worst, you
In
have to talk to her
Sumeru,
like once a
The
day.
Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, there are numerous active mercenary groups collectively known as the Eremites.
The
They take on
Eremites.
various contracts and work all across Sumeru, so they naturally accrue intelligence. An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the oldest brigade, but they are responsible for managing and coordinating the affairs of all other mercenary brigades.
Corps of 30? What a weird name.
Not really. There's probably 30 of them.
Supposedly,
They are named as such because their ranks numbered 30 at their inception.
Exactly. See, I'm a
Asphalt,
genius. I wrote
an
this game.
advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild.
I wrote this game.
Though he's already retired, he and his words carry great weight within mercenary circles. If you'd like to get in contact with him, you can find him at the Corps of 30's headquarters, the Citadel of Rexar.
Citadel of Rexar is a metal name. Thank you,
You're
Catherine.
welcome. I wish you two the best of luck. We look forward to your exploits in Sumeru.
Thank you, Catherine. Have a good day, Catherine.
To the Citadel of Rexar we go!
Alright. Where am I going? That way. Ah!
Behold!
Whee! Let me in! I demand knowledge! You cannot hide it from me, I'll find it.
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you to.
How did she... I just left... How did she tell you that
Nice
fast?
to meet you, Asfand. We'd like to ask you about something.
I got lost in Fontaine so many times. That's how I felt about Fontaine's main city. I fucking hate Fontaine. I got lost in Fontaine's capital
I see.
like every 5 minutes.
So, Catherine's the one who sent you this way. Ha! It's true that the Eremites' network is vast, but even I can't help you meet the Dendro Archon.
Sure you can. You haven't even tried yet.
Wait, seriously? That's it?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious, so we don't know much about divinities. As far as the Akasha goes, we can access even less than you. We originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago.
Wait, there was a god of the desert?
Since those days, we've used our own 2 hands to carve out a living. We don't beg gods for their aid.
Wait, who's the god of the desert?
It isn't just us, though. If you ask me, I think most in Sumeru aren't interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Oh? Why's that?
Damn, get fucked, Kusanali.
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. Although they believe in gods, most of them only care for the late Greater Lord Rugadavada. In their eyes, she was the one who founded Sumeru and gifted us with the Akasha. Lesser Lord Kusanali just happened to inherit her legacy.
Damn, get done.
Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar with Greater Lord Rugadavada and hold her in greater esteem. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance, and the Academia never announces anything about her. As far as the people of Sumeru are concerned, she's just a god that exists. And that's all.
Damn.
Really? Aw. After hearing all of that, Paimon sort of feels bad for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Ha! But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down to it. Besides, I'm sure the God of Wisdom doesn't worry about her reputation among people like us.
I mean, maybe.
All right. Well, thanks for the info, Asfand.
No problem. Always happy to help out the Adventurers Guild.
Well, time to start beating up people until the god shows up. We've tried asking nicely, now it's time to start beating people up. Time we do it the my way.
Seems Asfand was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it.
Ah, big brother.
We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire city who cares about Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Nope.
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh?
Wow, what a great happenstance.
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's faithful followers.
Whoa, really? Then do you know how we can meet with her?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend about the Dendro Archon. Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy. It predicted that a great calamity was about to befall him. Panicked by what he heard, the man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him with the wisdom to help him escape his predicament. The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulations of every kind. However, he still couldn't find any trace of the Dendro Archon. In despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice but to sorrowfully resign to his fate.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then, the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the trials of his journey. By relying on his own strength, he managed to overcome the adversity. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro Archon. She said, "O Archon Seeker, do you now understand? She and her wisdom have long been found by you."
I don't need some bullshit story of the
Along your
Archon was
journey,
inside us all along.
Every flower and blade of grass, every ray of sparkling sun, and every breath of dancing wind. So long as you continue to think and ponder, will be wherever you go.
Okay, have fun, Mother. Be safe. I don't need some stupid story about how God is inside all of us and everything is great if you believe in yourself. I actually need to physically have a conversation. This isn't a fucking thing of like, me not believing in myself.
Yeah, thanks for
Amazing
the
story, my ass.
Paimon feels all warm and fuzzy inside.
So what, am I gonna
after
go start
that.
yelling at trees until the Archon answers me?
In a way. It seems like this story is also one of the Dendro Archon's avatars.
Using my credit card, okay.
Since you worship
Happy
Lesser Lord
birthday.
Kusanali, can you tell
Get
us
whatever couch you
anything
want.
else about her?
Of course. So did you two know that, I'm terribly sorry.
Yell at me if I have to help you
It seems
carry the
something's
couch
come
in.
up now. Let's chat another day.
I can't believe she just told me a dumb story about how faith is inside all of us or whatever.
What the heck just happened? It looks like they're searching for someone. Dunyarzad was acting super nervous just now. You think they're looking for her?
Probably, she's probably a criminal.
This stinks! We finally managed to find a lead about Lesser Lord Kusanali! We can't let them get in the way now!
It wasn't much of a lead, it was a stupid story.
Let's see if we can get rid of them. Then we can catch up with Dunyarzad.
Finally, an excuse to beat people up.
Have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress? We're looking for her.
No, I don't care.
Did she have bandages wrapped around her wrists?
Yes, that's her. Did you see which direction she went?
Yeah,
She actually...
went that way.
She actually went to Mondstadt.
Quick, after her.
She actually went to Mondstadt. It's crazy. You guys should go there.
That should keep him busy for a while. Let's hurry and find Dunyarzad.
Hope that happened. Where am I going?
The wind rises.
Great hiding spot. 10 out of 10.
There you are, Dunyarzad. We thought you might have been long gone by now.
Oh,
Didn't he say a blue dress?
Oh, you startled me there.
In what world is that dress blue? Am I colorblind?
You can relax now. We threw those people looking for you off the trail.
Really? Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I believe there's still more of them out there looking for me. Uh-oh, looks like there's some coming this way.
Even calling it purple seems generous to me, but...
Here for?
Well, they said purple top and then
No,
blue
wait,
dress, and her dress doesn't look
Body
blue
isn't
at
in the
all.
best shape. It's difficult for me to run. Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can go to. They probably wouldn't expect me to hide in a place like that.
All right, let's move out. Stay behind us. We'll keep an eye out for anyone looking for you.
Can't we just beat everyone up and solve it that way? I like that way of solving my problems.
Squall and Fury.
Ah, perfect. The bar. No one ever hides out in a tavern. No one in a fantasy story has ever hidden in a tavern before.
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait, stand down, Dia.
Hi. Why, do you have claw gloves?
My lady, who are these two?
They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago. They happened to notice that you were all searching for me, so they helped me hide.
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
Oh, that's racist.
Wait a sec. Who the heck are you? And why are you shooing us away?
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard.
Well, you're doing a
Here to
shit
see that
job.
She returns home safe and sound.
You're doing a real shit job.
My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that your parents are worrying themselves sick.
And if I refuse to go with you?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to carry you like a sack of potatoes.
Hey!
At least she's blunt.
Dad already said she doesn't want to go back. Why are you still pushing her?
Stay out of this. You don't understand the situation. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employers. I have to answer to them.
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again. Double? A triple? Give me some time and I'll get that much.
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go against my principles. That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but my conscience was also telling me it's the right thing to do. And knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those who love you, don't be stubborn.
She's very pretty.
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits and I know what I'm doing. Honestly, the only people being stubborn right now are my parents. And they know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. They still won't accept reality. And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, you've been living with us a long time already. This should be old news to you. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. But there's someone else in this world I'm also grateful to. Because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same I have for my parents. This is my life and my last chance. So I want to do something meaningful.
Dia kind of has the same, like, cape style thing I do.
Are you sure what you're doing now is meaningful?
Yes, I'm sure. At least, it is to me.
Fine. I won't ask you to return home anymore. But let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your determination, not because I agree with you.
Damn.
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude just now. My nerves were acting up. And I even brought up your payment in such an offensive way.
I mean, she is a mercenary. I don't know if it's
Don't
offensive.
worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, that's our next topic of conversation. Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. It wouldn't be easy to hide things from your old man. Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, you'll need someone to cover you for when you're out and about. So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say half of what your father pays me. We can settle the bill when we return to the estate.
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like they've reached an understanding.
We didn't do anything to help that.
I'm fine, really. I just feel a little tired now that things have calmed down.
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so let's rest up and grab some grub.
I'm sorry for worrying you two. If you don't mind, I'd like for you to join us.
Sure, after you rest up. We want to hear more about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Let's get shit-faced! Woo! Woo! I was trying to see if Tighnari has human ears, but I can't tell. Does he? Can't tell. Because she looks like she has human and cat ears. I can't tell. I couldn't tell if people in this world had both. Oh well.
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dia. Haven't seen you in nearly half a year. Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family now.
Homayani.
Don't you find that kind of work boring?
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it. Huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't get to serve personages like you very often. We'll be sure to prepare our very best.
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of Mora on me, and I really ought to save as much as I can. But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Wait, we're paying for ourselves now? Aw, Paimon kinda wanted to try something fancy, but we aren't exactly loaded.
I'm so loaded, what do you mean?
We'll settle for something ordinary.
Paimon, I'm so loaded.
How about our charcoal-baked Agelena cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there are eating some now.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass.
Picky Paimon? You've cooked slimes before.
What do you have against my slime dishes?
That they're a horrible idea.
Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost nobody was interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali. So, what made you want to follow her?
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know how, I think I've actually seen her before.
Huh? Really?
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, my illness had kept me bedridden for the better part of a year. I was
That
stuck
sucks.
inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. But even then, the Akasha didn't have any helpful information. My younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. One flare-up was so bad that I was in a semi-conscious state for several days. Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. My body was paralyzed. Even if I cried, there was no sound.
That's horrifying.
At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind. Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry.
Dunyarzad,
Oh, that's good art.
Don't be scared. You don't have to cry.
Oh, that's adorable art, actually.
Who are you? How do you know my name? How do I explain this? You might not be able to understand, but actually, I know everything about you.
It's a great sentence starter.
Really?
FBI, open up!
Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder, that you hate taking medicine every morning, and that you love counting the petals on your mom's skirt. Wow, you really do know everything. Dunyarzad, is there anything you want? Want? Not really. I can't go anywhere or do anything. Huh? But aren't you a child? All children have wishes. Tell me what you want, and maybe I can make it happen. But can you make my illness go away?
Aww.
Oh. I'm sorry. But I'm not powerful enough to do that right now. Then, can you be my friend?
Aww.
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend. Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me and told me many wondrous things. Beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru city. Beyond the city was a lush rainforest. And beyond that was the wall of Samiel, deserts, and all of Teyvat. Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. I told my mother about it, but she said that I must have been dreaming. But I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Teyvat.
You never heard of Teyvat? Isn't Teyvat just the name of the planet? They never told. I'd be like if I was like at 5 years old, like I'd never heard of Earth.
Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world, nor would I have learned how to read and enjoy so many books.
She taught you how to read?
That voice sparked a desire for wisdom.
I mean, am I wrong? Isn't Teyvat just what they call the planet?
I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help prepare the Sub-Zerus festival for her.
What's the Sub-Zerus festival?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by the sages. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, the holiday eventually became a celebration of the Lesser Lord's birthday. I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumeru. In those days, the festival was a huge deal. But because of the Academia's influence, people have gradually lost interest in the festival. The Academia actively participates in Sumeru's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zerus festival, forget any funding. They practically act like it doesn't exist. Maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's death, so they're reluctant to celebrate it.
Well, that's fucked.
Aw, but that's awful.
It is. It's absolutely terrible.
Talk about living in your predecessor's
the Greater
shadow.
Lord founded Sumeru, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly protecting us for the past few hundred years?
Just remember that we're still out in public. Don't get too carried away now.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zerus festival to this day. But I hadn't met any of them before, so I was never able to contribute. But recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord Kusanali. I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year. That's the least I could do for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilu? The one who sends flowers to the estate?
Nilu! I want her too,
That's
actually.
her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed like she was hiding something in her arms. Did you give her something?
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much Mora prepared, so I had Nilu sell one of my skirts. I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar.
Nilu's very cute. I
and
do
see how
want
things
her.
are coming along. Dia, would you accompany me?
Sure. That's quite the trip, though. I'll carry you.
No, that would be too much, even for you.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us. And if anything happens to you, then I'd really never hear the end of it from your father.
But of course. Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more people interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
I'm more interested in Nilu than Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be real, but... Well. Onward! To war! I would like Nilu. She's not like one of like the tippy top on the list, but she is one of the higher ones on my list I want.
The wind rises. Squall Fury.
This city is very confusing. Ooh, automatic doors, fancy. Yeah, there she is. She's like one of the few ginger people in this
Sorry
game.
I'm late, Nilu.
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was taking you so long that I assumed you got trapped at home. But you made it in the end.
She's adorable and I love her.
But if Dia's here, that means you got caught, right?
You could say that, but everything worked out. She's on our side now.
Not completely.
Oh, and who are these two?
Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon, my two newest friends. They're visitors who just arrived at Sumeru City and are looking for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali.
So you're followers from another land?
Sure.
That's wonderful. You two absolutely mustn't miss the Sabzeruz festival. By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating the Grand Bazaar. It looks spectacular, thanks to your generous contribution.
You're very welcome. It's the only thing I could do. Do you still have enough Mora?
Probably? But don't sweat it. We've already finished renovating the stage. Come on, I'll show you.
She's very little. She's shorter than I thought she'd be. Man, I love walking 2 feet just for the cutscene to continue.
This place is amazing!
Not bad. Last time I was here, the stairs were full of holes.
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off. Mr. Zubair was worried sick. We reported it to the academia many times, but they never sent anyone to deal with it. We didn't want anything bad happening, so we were going to cancel all the stage performances.
Why didn't anyone handle it? Why am I asking stupid
because it was
questions?
the theater asking.
The academia looks down on performers like us. They probably think it would be best if the theater closed down completely. We can't let that happen, though. Not only would everyone involved in the theater go hungry, but then we wouldn't be able to hold the Sabzeruz festival anymore. Thank the Dendro Archon for Dunyarzad. With the Mora she gave us, we hired someone to patch up the tree, and we also gave the stage a much-needed makeover.
How do
The
you
stage
patch
is
up a
going to be
tree?
even prettier when it's festival time. I can't wait for you to see it.
And I can't wait to see you on the stage. You've been practicing so long already. It's almost time for your dream to become reality.
It's our dream. I'll do my best for the two of us.
Nilu, what are you gonna be doing at the festival?
She'll be dancing the dance of Sabzeruz, the most important performance at the Sabzeruz festival.
Dunyarzad, have you told him the origin of this holiday?
I only told them about the Greater Lord and Lesser Lord so far.
Okay, then I'll tell you two about how this holiday came to be.
Ah.
According to legend, the Sabzeruz festival was originally the Goddess of Flowers' birthday celebration for the Greater Lord. A long, long time ago, on one of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthdays, her friends threw her a celebratory banquet. Some of the gods got drunk. One started playing music, and the Greater Lord started singing, so the Goddess of Flowers began to dance. As she danced upon the grass, countless beautiful parisaras began to bloom wherever she stepped. Those brilliant purple flowers became her dazzling stage. All the gods clamored, "Oh, if only time could stop at this very moment."
Why aren't the gods friends anymore if they all used to hang out and have parties and get shit-faced? Why aren't they friends anymore?
Of course they did. When people mention the gods, they always think of the Archon War. But Sumeru's gods also had happy times. Although they aren't around anymore, they're preserved in our tradition of dance. This outfit I'm wearing is apparently based on how the Goddess of Flowers looked. Though we're just tiny people compared to the Divine, we still have to do our best to make sure that the birthday girl feels loved on her special day.
Nilu, you of all people will definitely be able to convey our well wishes to the Dendro Archon. I also noticed that you went the extra mile and scattered parisaras around the stage.
They symbolize the Goddess of Flowers, after all. It's just a shame that all the real parisaras went extinct after her death.
Yeah. The Greater Lord brought forth parisaras in memory of the Goddess of Flowers. But she ultimately could never truly replicate that beautiful purple.
Thinking about the Goddess of Flowers dance makes me wish I could have seen it. If my stage were anything like that, I'd be thrilled if I had just 2 real parisaras on the stage. So, Traveler and Paimon, What do you think? Interested in the Sabzeruz festival? Will you two be coming?
All of Lesser Lord Kusanali's followers will be there for her birthday. It'll be a good opportunity for you to learn more about her.
Ooh, Paimon thinks that's a great idea! Of course Paimon wants to watch. Those two things aren't mutually exclusive, you know.
Oh, Paimon.
So how about we all attend the Sabzeruz festival together?
Sounds like a plan.
Junior Zod, let me show you which stage decorations we've picked out so far. Traveler and Paimon, if that doesn't sound interesting to you, then feel free to explore the area. Everyone at the Grand Bazaar loves Lesser Lord Kusanali, and we're all looking forward to the Sabzeruz festival.
In that case, we'll take a look around.
I think I'm gonna stop it there because I'm kind of getting the beginning of this is like in Azuma where it's very talky, and I'm kind of bored of it. So I'm gonna take a little break there for today since we've been going for 2.5 hours. So we'll pause the movie there, and the next time I stream will be us finishing up the beginning of this, and then we'll probably meet the Dendro Archon soon. So I'm gonna stop it there. So thank you guys for coming out as always. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye, chat.